The story of Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was a young girl who grew up in Mississippi. During the time when Ruby Bridges grew up, things were very different. One thing that was different was the schools that kids went to. When Ruby Bridges started kindergarten, she went to a school for black students. White students went to a different school. Ruby Bridges was... One day, a test was offered at Ruby Bridges' school. Students who passed the test would be allowed to attend the same school as the white students. Ruby's mother knew that Ruby was a very smart little girl. Even though the test was hard, she thought Ruby would be able to pass. Then Ruby would be able to go to the white school and get a better education. Many students took the test, but only 6 of them passed. Ruby was one of them. That meant that Ruby would be allowed to attend the white school. However, when the school year started, Ruby stayed at her old school. A lot of people in the government did not want kids like Ruby to attend the white school. In November 1960, Ruby Bridges finally got the chance to go to the white school. Ruby and her mother were driven to the new school by federal marshals. When Ruby got to the school, she was led inside by 4 federal marshals, 2 in front and 2 in back. Outside of the school, there were a lot of angry people. They were throwing things and yelling mean words. Ruby thought all the noise sounded like a party. However, it wasn't anything like a party. Many people were not happy that Ruby was going to attend the white school. The federal marshals stayed close to Ruby Bridges to help keep her safe. Once Ruby was inside the school, she was taken to the principal's office. She spent the whole day sitting in the office. For the first few days, Ruby spent almost all of her time in the principal's office. Finally, one of the teachers at the school agreed to teach Ruby. Her name was Mrs. Henry. Mrs. Henry was a new teacher from Boston. Ruby was the only student in her class. This is because the other parents did not want their children to be in a class with Ruby. Ruby had a tough time during her first year of school. She did not like to eat lunch alone, so she hid her sandwiches in a closet in the classroom. She had nightmares in the middle of the night. Going to a new school was a very scary thing for a little girl. However, Ruby Bridges was very brave. After Ruby's first year at her new school, things started to get better. Ruby was able to walk to school by herself. She was able to be in a class with other students her age. But some students still did not like Ruby because her skin was a different color. Even though it was hard, Ruby Bridges showed courage every day.